Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is another dessert. This one, I think it's basically chocolate mehalabiya, and it is delicious. It is amazing. It is heavenly. And I think that I'm making these specific light desserts for Ramadan because in Ramadan I love to stay up at night. And I also get hungry, and for suhoor I prefer eating something sweet, and this one is not too sweet because sweet things will overall make you thirsty if something is too sweet. So it's not too sweet, it's smooth, it's soft, it's heavenly, and it's amazing. And best part is the recipe is super easy to make. I only would advise you that you need to give it enough time to chill, so 4 hours to overnight if possible. And let's show you guys how to make this Nutella dessert. Here we have the base of a lot of our desserts, and as well as the base of Mehalabiya. So we have 1 liter of milk, we have 50 grams of flour, 25 grams of cornstarch. Here we usually use 80 grams, but we're using 50 today because we already have other sweet things. We have here 10 grams of cocoa powder, and make sure it's the dark one. Here we have 3 tablespoons of Nutella, and that's why we're only using 50 grams of sugar because this is already sweet. And make sure if you're not using Nutella, you can use any other chocolate hazelnut spread. Just make sure it's very good quality because a terrible quality will give you a terrible taste. Here we have 20 grams of butter, and you can use normal butter, but we happen to have the cocoa butter around the house, so we're using 20 grams of that. And lastly, a handful of chocolate chips just for their texture. So in our saucepan, we're going to do the same as we've done earlier. So we're adding the milk. Next is the flour, cornstarch, the cocoa powder, the sugar. Now we add in the Nutella or the chocolate hazelnut spread. And now we mix everything together until it all incorporates well together. So I've mixed it, and I'm not completely satisfied with the color. I want it a little darker, so I'm going to add some more cocoa powder. So I'm adding about a tablespoon, and I'll mix it and see if I'm happy with the color. So now after we've mixed everything and it has all incorporated well together, we're going to put it on medium heat. And we're going to stir it continuously until it starts to thicken, like we've done with many other desserts before. So as you can see, it is now thick, so we're going to take it off the heat and we're going to finish it. So after we took it off the heat, we're going to add the butter. We're going to just mix it until the butter melts. So after the butter has melted, now we're just going to add the chocolate chips, but we're not going to mix it a lot because we don't want them to melt, although I think they will melt a little. Now for the presentation or serving, we're going to serve them 2 different ways. So we're using this silicone mold to serve little individual ones because I think they will look cute that way. We're also going to be using these little bowls just so like when we flip them we get a nice shape. But before anything, we have to rinse them with a little bit of water just so that when we take them off the molds, it's easier. You can see it's wet, and I've rinsed it with water, but I'm not going to wipe it or dry it off because that beats the point. We need them to be a little wet just so that removing them later on will be a lot easier. We're going to start filling the mold, and I'm using this, which is about a 1/4 cup, because it will be a lot quicker and easier this way compared to using a spoon. Fill the mold, and now we're just going to lightly tap it against the surface just so to make sure that in case there are any bubbles, they just to make sure there are no bubbles left behind. And we're going to repeat the same process with our bowls. Produce a large quantity, but now we're just going to cover them with plastic wrap, and we're going to chill them in the fridge for 4 hours. So after our dessert has chilled and we took it out of the fridge, now we're just going to just decorate it. Removing it was so easy after adding in that water. So to decorate, you're going to take a little walnut. You're going to take the tiniest amount of Nutella. You'll put it over here on top, and you just put it right at the center. So this is what they look like after we've served them. I like the addition of walnut on top, and honestly they look so cute. They're so small and cute. So I'm very glad that I actually made this into small molds instead of like a large bowl like I usually would. And I think these are perfect for like when you have parties or catering services, because they're small, so they're not really like something that's so big. I think they make a great thing for catering parties and all of that. I'm going to try one. As you can see, it's so soft and it cuts through so easily. It's nice and sweet, it's smooth. Everyone knows how I feel about smooth desserts. They are the best because they're just so easy to eat and consume compared to like anything chunky. They're also not too sweet, which again is my favorite part because we added the cocoa powder and it was the unsweetened cocoa powder. Great addition. I highly recommend adding the unsweetened cocoa powder because it balances out with the sweetness of the Nutella. And I highly recommend trying these because they're just an amazing dessert to make overall. This brings us to the end of today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching it. And if you like this kind of content, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and follow me on Facebook and Instagram so you guys can support me to make more content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!